The following voices are impersonated poorly. Welcome to the Champions League final with kickoff only a mere 5 minutes away. My name is Mr. Marcus, and today the guests are Gary Neville, Claudio Ranieri and former Celtic manager Gordon Strachan. So in the Champions League final tonight, we have Celtic against Juventus, with the majority of people believing Celtic will get beat tonight. This is Celtic and Juventus' first visit to the new Wembley since its construction. So Gary, who do you think will win tonight, given the fact that Celtic have faced and beaten the likes of Real Madrid and Barcelona to get here?
If this was any other occasion, I would expect Juventus to win here, but with the fact that this is the final of the Champions League, I'm fully expecting an amazing game. With both sides having difficult journeys to get here, whichever team plays better will win the game. Having played in Champions League finals, I'm expecting an entertaining game, and I can't really say who's going to win. It will most likely go into extra time, maybe even penalties, and I expect both teams to give it their all.
Good point, Sir Gary. Claudio, as an Italian, do you expect good defending from Juventus? They haven't been unbeaten last season. Do you expect them to win comfortably tonight?
Well, I expect Juventus to be too strong for Celtic, and Celtic are a good team, but I think Juventus have a class and experience to beat the Celtic side.
With those points known, do you think that Celtic can do it tonight, Gordon?
Even though Juventus have the experience of winning big titles like the Serie A, Celtic have beaten the bigger teams in this competition before. I mean, the majority of people didn't even expect Celtic to make it out of the group stage, and it's a dream to see them competing for the biggest prize in Europe. It's great for Scottish football to see that a team like Celtic can get all the way to the final, even if they don't win, they will feel proud to walk out onto that pitch tonight. I'm going with Gary here by saying that the game will probably go to extra time, unless Celtic can nick it.
Personally, I believe that Celtic will end the night in tears, with Juventus winning the Champions League, but that's not my job to say. But here is how both Celtic and Juventus got here with the results from the group stage up to this point, the final. Celtic had a much more difficult group with the likes of Barcelona and Benfica, when Juventus had Chelsea as their main opponents, with the likes of Nordschladen not really putting up a fight. In the last 16, Celtic got paired up against AC Milan, while Juventus had to face Arsenal, with, of course, Celtic came second in their group and Juventus came second as well, with Barcelona topping Celtic's group and Chelsea topping Juventus's. It wasn't an easy match for either of them, but Juventus made it look easy by beating the Gunners 3-0 on aggregate, while Celtic beat AC Milan on away goals 2-2. So into the quarterfinals, and the Celtic manager was hopefully expecting an easier draw. While likes of Galatasaray getting to the quarterfinals, Celtic would have wanted them, but ended up getting Real Madrid. Juventus were drawn against Chelsea, who had topped the group, but by the end of it, Juventus had beaten Chelsea 3-2 after extra time, while Celtic took Real Madrid to a penalty shootout, having beaten them 1-0 at the Bernabeu, and having been beaten 1-0 at Celtic Park. So after Luka Modric missed the penalty, Charlie Mulgrew stepped up to put Celtic into the semi-finals. With Galatasaray getting beat by Barcelona, Celtic would face them in the semi-finals, while Juventus had an easier draw against Valencia. After the first leg, Celtic had drawn with Barcelona 2-2 at the Nou Camp, while Juventus beat Valencia 1-0. In the second leg, Valencia were valiantly beaten by Juventus 3-2 after extra time, while Celtic drew again with Barcelona 1-1 at Celtic Park, which made them go through to the final on away goals. So here we stand with Celtic facing Juventus in the Champions League final at Wembley. Coming up is a small montage of how Celtic got here, and then we're live from Wembley with our commentator, Mr. Marcus. Enjoy the game.
Welcome to the Champions League final between Celtic and Juventus at Wembley Stadium. And this is a big game for Celtic, probably the most important game in modern history. The club has faced the likes of Barcelona and Real Madrid, and they've beaten them home and away. And somehow they're here against Juventus of all sides to go up and get the Champions League trophy. So today, Pirlo, captain of Juventus, and Scott Brown, captain of Celtic, one of them will be lifting the Champions League trophy come full time in this game. And so the final teams are in. Celtic will be playing Zaluska, Rogner, Calvin Wilson, Lustig, Izagiri, Mulgrew, Forrest, Brown, Commons, Hooper and Samaras. They're going for this. They're not going for defending. They're going for the attack to at least try and beat Juventus and at least give some hope for those fans. Juventus are playing with Buffon, Chiellini, Bonucci, Barzagli. They're playing a very strong team of Pirlo, Pepe, Marquisio and Quando Asamoah up front, as well as Marko Vucinic. The referee counting the players, waiting for the starting whistle for Celtic to kick off, and they have done so. Izagiri runs on the left hand side early on in the match, plays great football through to Chris Commons, through to Samaras through to Gary Hooper, and in the first minute of the match, Buffon has already made the first save of the game. Great start for Celtic. Lustig on the ball here to Charlie Mulgrew. Mulgrew will come inside, he comes inside, has a shot. A great save from Buffon again, literally in the first couple of minutes of the match. And Celtic have a corner kick. It would be very dangerous from corner kicks. But what shot from Charlie Mulgrew, who did score an absolutely amazing long range goal against Barcelona in the semi-final. So Mulgrew with the corner kick, hits it in. Samaras can get his header on target. Celtic have restarted this game really well. So Juventus get the attack here. Oh, Mulgrew gets the ball off Pirlo. Pirlo still gets the ball eventually through to Pepe. Pepe to Quando Asamoah. Tries to flick over the head. Rogner comes out and clears the ball. So Juventus on the attack here. Quando Asamoah has a shot and Zaluska makes a pretty good save. Passes it to Quando Asamoah. Asamoah on the ball, tries to do some skills. Ends up hitting Calvin Wilson, but it deflects right to Giovinco's path. Rogner can't stop him. Giovinco on the ball. Passes it into Quando Asamoah. Izagiri makes a block. And Jamie Forrest, from being in the middle, somehow clears it. Mulgrew's running forward. He's really got to boss the midfield today. Makes a great run through. Chris Commons passes it back to Charlie Mulgrew with the shot. Gigi Buffon makes a save, but George Samaras is there to pop it away. And Celtic lead 1-0 at Wembley after only 19 minutes on the clock. They really have dominated Juventus. And Celtic more or less deserve to be ahead in this game. Another goal from George Samaras. But if he may or may not be a top goal scorer in the Champions League, we will be seeing after the match who is the top goal scorer, of course. But what a ball from Chris Commons, what a shot from Charlie Mulgrew, a good save from Gigi Buffon. Not good defending from, I believe it's Barzagli. Yeah, Barzagli lets Samaras go and Samaras pops into an empty net. So Juventus to kick off here, having conceded an early goal. They have more or less 70 minutes left on the clock to do something about it. But they haven't really started this game well compared to Celtic. Under a lot of pressure here, Vucinic with the ball through to Quando Asamoah, but Calvin Wilson makes a good tackle and makes another good tackle trying to get the ball off Pirlo, and eventually does get it off him. So Jamie Forrest on the ball here, 30 minutes on the clock. Oh, Samaras makes a run. Is Samaras offside? I believe he's not. He's just sweated it across. He passed it across to Chris Commons, who has scored the second goal of Celtic today. Celtic have absolutely dominated Juventus in the opening stages of this match. 33 minutes on the clock, and Chris Commons has scored. A great finish from Georgios Samaras's pass, but was he offside? We'll see here. Jamie Forrest on the ball. It's a great decision from the linesman as Georgios Samaras slowly but surely makes a great run, passes it across the box to Chris Commons, who finishes it coolly. So Juventus now 2-0 down, coming up to half time. I think the manager may be a bit disappointed in his team due to the fact they've not really had a shot on target yet. Celtic have really sort of dominated opening stages of this game. Samaras with the ball through to Gary Hooper. Gary Hooper is onside. Will he take the shot? He takes the shot. Gigi Buffon makes a great save, and Chiellini clears. The wrong on the ball here as the referee just waits for the final. The half-time whistle has come, and Celtic are leading 2-0 at half-time. They've had 10 shots, 6 on target compared to Juventus' 2, and Juventus have only had 1 shot on target. I can't really remember it, and Celtic have 55% possession. But at half-time it means the Celtic manager will be making some changes. Kyle is coming on for Georgios Samaras. Hooper will play up front by himself, and Scott Brown will play in an advanced midfield role. So Juventus to kick off the second half, hoping that they'll have a much better second half than they did, a much better half than they did the first time. Brown trying to go for the ball here. Will he get it? He gets the ball, but it seems that Commons has sort of been angered by a challenge by Perlo, and it seems the referee has to step in here and break up the players. But Celtic do have a free kick right on the halfway line. Passes it down to Izagiri, and the game continues. Brown on the ball here to Commons. Commons on the ball, passes it back to Scott Brown with a little chip. Great first touch control from Scott Brown. He hits it just over the post, and it's not really that vital a chance considering that Celtic are 2-0 up at this moment, but it was another great ball from Chris Commons, very similar to how the first goal was scored, but this time Brown can't put it in. Will he get past Kelvin Wilson, who's an absolute rock at the back? He gets past Kelvin Wilson. Will he get the shot? But he doesn't get the shot away from Mulgrew, slides in and gets the ball. Izagiri up to Brown. Brown through to Jamie Forrest. Jamie Forrest is just slowly but surely making a run forward. Back to Brown. Brown through to Gary Hooper. Gary Hooper's onside, 58 minutes on the clock. But he tries to round Gigi Buffon. He rounds him, pops it into the back of the net, and Celtic lead 3-0 here. What a shock result for Juventus. 58 minutes on the clock. Literally more or less come up to 15 minutes after half time. And Celtic lead 3-0 here at Wembley Stadium. Absolutely shock result for the boys in green. But it's a good result for boys in green, to be fair, but it's a shock result for the Italian Giants. I mean, what a finish from Gary Hooper as he rounds Gigi Buffon from a very tight angle and pops into the back of the net. Juventus to kick off here, roughly 60 minutes on the clock, being 3-0 down against Celtic of all teams. Jamie Forrest through on goal here. Will he get a shot where will he try a fake shot inside? Gets a shot where it goes just wide of the post. Unfortunate from the Scottish winger, but another great move from Celtic, who have really just dominated this game. Really surprising result so far, to be perfectly honest. Kyle with a great tackle through to Chris Commons. Commons has a shot and Buffon makes another amazing save. Commons has a shot from roughly about 25 yards out. Arrowed into the bottom corner. Buffon makes a good save, and it's a corner to Celtic. Well, Celtic take the corner close. Noah seems to be hitting it into the box. Mulgrew takes it. Hooper can't get to it. Giovinco, I think it will. No, Giovinco eventually gets the ball. I believe it's from Giaccherini. And yeah, Pepe on the ball here. They have a lot of space here, and Quan Nasamolo can't do anything with it. Kyle eventually gets it, passes it up to Rogner. Rogner passes it to Lustig. So Kyle on the ball here. Will he have a shot? He won't have a shot. He passes it to Charlie Mulgrew. Flicks it up for himself. Eventually Commons gets it back to Charlie Mulgrew. Mulgrew with a shot, and it goes just wide, just over the bar from about 30 yards out. You'll see it in the replay. He did flick it up for himself. I believe he may have been going for an elaborate shot, but eventually gets it back. Well, look at that for a shot, and yeah, it went just over the bar. I think Buffon was like nowhere near it, so pretty close from Charlie Mulgrew. Celtic manager only making some changes here. Ledley and Forrest, Ledley and Ambrose will be coming on
before Jamie Forrest and Commons, and it seems he was playing a lot more closer inside. It seems he made a mistake, and they bring on Wanyama instead of Wedley, and Wanyama will play a defence midfielder with Charlie Mulgrew and Kyle and Brown will be supporting roles for Gary Hooper. The Celtic fans are just buoyant as Chris Commons and Jamie Forrest come up to be replaced by Ambrose and Wanyama. Kizio back to Chiellini. Chiellini hits it into the box to Kwando Asamoah. Zaluska comes out and more or less he's had a very quiet game. Well, he's going to just take his time with this goal, with this kick. And it seems Celtic have won. And yes, Celtic have officially won the Champions League. They do deserve it, to be perfectly honest. They've beaten Real Madrid, Barcelona, AC Milan, and Barcelona in the group. And Celtic have beaten Juventus 3-0 to win the Champions League. The team are so happy there. They may be shocked considering the fact that no one really expected Celtic to get this far, but they have gone through it. Giovinco is a bit disappointed. He may feel a bit sick considering that his performance was quite poor. They've started a huddle, Forster there didn't really have a chance in any of the games, to be perfectly honest, as Zaluska just kept him out of the goal. Georgios Samas, the man in the middle, doing a bit of a dance considering how good he was. Lustig and Wanyama have a little hug, and this is just amazing, the fact that Celtic have actually done this. Lustig waving to the fans, and it'll be Scott Brown lifting the trophy for Celtic. But first they're going to just wave to the fans, congratulate the fans are congratulating the team. Wilson's more or less clapping slowly, they're all clapping, and Scott Brown lifts the Champions League. Look at that, what a great memory for the Celtic fans. I don't think they'll ever really come back here again. It's all down to the manager and the way they've been playing some fantastic football to get here, and to be fair, they really do deserve it, considering that the opposition they have faced, they have actually beaten and drawn with, and just got away with all these great victories. And Ambrose will be taking the trophy to in front of the fans on a little parade around the stadium. So Celtic, the final score 3-0 to Celtic against Juventus. Let's see the stats here. They had 19 shots, 10 on target compared to Juventus' 3-2. Celtic had 53% possession and 90 pass completion percentage. So with Celtic being the Champions League winners, Charlie Mulgrew gets man of the match for his amazing performance in the final, and we will see not how they got there, but we will see a small montage at the end of basically just the final itself. But Messi ends up getting a top goal scorer. Gary Hooper and Georgios Samas came joint second with Ibrahimovic, and yeah, I think Celtic will be really happy about that, to be fair, considering that they didn't really score as many goals as they expected. Georgios Samas gets assists, the highest assist for Celtic, and Messi again top assister in the Champions League. So Celtic have won the Champions League 3-0 against Juventus. They are officially the champions of Europe.